Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is May 15th, 2018. You're watching the Defenders of Independent Wrestling.
Whoa. How do you know, first of all, that our viewers are ladies and gentlemen?
I know.
You're saying they're both unisex?
Ladies, gentlemen, and unisex.
Okay.
With some thunder and lightning outside, we brave the elements once again to come here, support, protect, and defend independent professional wrestling. I'm Hollywood J. Williams, the biggest icon in North Haven.
In his head.
The greatest thing to ever walk into the town of East Haven.
Well, thank you.
And here's Dan.
Hi,
Dan. How was your weekend?
Pretty good, Mr. Egomaniac. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
We got out to Middletown?
Yes, we did. We covered Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling. Had a great time as usual. Hit up nice place at 17 on the way back.
Yes, I'm going to upgrade you, my friend. Take away that pen.
Well, that's your pen anyway.
Well, there, I upgraded you anyway.
Oh, okay.
And let's give you the new
pen. I love it. I love this new pen. Sliders Grill and Bar. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't think you were here for this one particular episode where I said I would do this. I would get a hold of other wrestling companies that we've never been to, ever.
Well, that's because they don't want you.
Oh, they'd love to have me, but I can only be so many places at once, unfortunately, with my busy schedule the way it is. Contacted the powers that be at Test of Strength Wrestling. Slick Wagner Brown.
SWB?
Right. Yeah, I'm held up in, I can't talk about what I do on Sundays. Unfortunately, it's classified. Yeah, I would have to make you disappear if I told you.
Well, there may be some people out there watching this that may think that's a good idea.
But Test of Strength normally runs on Sunday afternoons. They're from their last event. I have some footage.
And from our place that we stopped, Sliders, did you know?
I have a pen.
Did you know? Not only do you have a pen, but out of all the places we have stopped, that is the only place we have ever been given a pine float.
You're right.
We have asked for it from many places.
How could people not know what a pine float is? These ignoramuses out there.
I bet you my good friend Big Daddy out there knows what a pine float is.
I'm sure he knows what a pine float is. Everybody knows what a pine float is. I think Assad even knows what a pine float is.
Yeah. We even got a pine float with a slice of lemon.
There you go.
Pressed it up. But anyway, you were saying Test of Strength,
Slick Wagner Brown, Test of Strength Wrestling. Here we have, I got a hold of the powers that be a Renegade Wrestling Alliance in Rhode Island. Now I've gotten a hold of SWB for Test of Strength Wrestling. So how would you like to, if you want to see Sammy Diaz versus Hippie Dickie Moon at Test of Strength Wrestling, give me a hell. Well.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Let's do it.
It's a PG show.
Oh, family friendly.
That
your
we
life,
are.
Your life, you bet. Let's roll it. And it's buffering. It's buffering. There we go.
And our producer just sitting in the booth shaking his head. Nice kip up by Hippie Dicky Moon. Hippie Dicky Moon has been around quite a while. He's no newcomer to the ring. He's well seasoned.
Absolutely. Held numerous titles in PWA, as we all remember. I like the Sammy Diaz. What do you think of Sammy Diaz so far?
Sammy Diaz has impressed me with his moveset, but there's always room for improvement.
Of course.
And I'm not just saying that about Mr. Diaz. I'm saying that'll go for Hippie Dicky Moon as well. I'm sure he would agree that he could always improve and make himself better.
There's always room for improvement.
Nice back and forth action we have here.
This is from May 8th, 2018, Training Day. Test of Strength Wrestling.
Now, see, when they go move for move, counter one another, they would refer to that at Hollywood as chain wrestling.
Right. It's a perfect example. Just going back and forth, very evenly matched. Look at that.
I can remember a couple of years ago, we saw Hippie Dicky Moon take a shot that we thought almost killed the man.
Is that who I think it was cheering in the background?
It does sound like our good friend.
It might just be. Well.
Was our good friend just chanting for Dicky? Is that what I heard?
Dicky Moon.
Oh, Dicky Moon, okay.
Looks like a small place.
He knocked him back into the Stone Age. Should I get stoned? You see that?
The Stone Age.
Get the shot to do it. Get in that ring. I want to see you in that ring, Adol.
Perfect.
Looked like our good friend Charles.
Our good friend Charles there. Training Day. Well, the professor's been reffing up there in Hartford, West Hartford, I should say, up at the Test of Strength School.
Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. Uh-oh. This is going to be dangerous. This is going to be dangerous. Oh, my God. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be dangerous.
Nice over the top rope.
Oh, my Lord, he's a crazy hippie.
I'll have to concur with that.
He needs a Scooby snack.
It's just, the moves are just amazing. The one thing I remember about Hippie Dicky Moon, that time at the PWA school, and it had to be 115 degrees inside that building.
I can concur with that.
And he
It was
went
115.
in there. He had an awesome match. Passed out. He had to be taken to the emergency room. But I get,
Right. Well, anytime
Yeah.
Hippie Dicky Moon steps inside the ring, whether it be with a tag team partner or solo action, he does indeed give it 110%.
110% and 110 degrees. Ah, Diaz missed there.
Did you see it? I did. Wow. Give him a Scooby snack.
The one thing I will say about Hippie Dicky Moon is he could use a haircut, a trim, as it were.
Oh, he's a hippie, though.
Yeah, he's a hippie.
Or as Vince would say, what a maneuver!
But this is independent action, and there's no room for anybody named Vince.
Well, I never know. There could be a rookie up and coming. His name could be Vince. Could be. He won't be a McMahon.
Looks like we're setting up for our suplex here off the top rope, or the second rope, actually. Sammy threw him off. And what do we got here coming from Sammy? Possibly a frog splash? There we go. Center of the ring. The fans in attendance cheering for Sammy. Drop kick by Hippie Dicky Moon. Takes Sammy down to the center of the mat. Now, if I were Hippie Dicky Moon, which I'm not, I would have went for a 3-count cover there.
You're definitely not Hippie Dicky Moon.
Sammy setting Hippie Dicky on the top rope.
Looks like Dickie's getting a little frustrated there. Flustered.
Well, that's when you know a match is good, when they're able to go back and forth, counter one another, and it's not the quick knockdown 3-count match. You want to see talent that matches up well and can counter each other's maneuvers.
Exactly. And I that's what they're doing here.
They're starting to feel the effects of that action.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy over in his corner. Hippie Dicky Moon looks like he rubbing his head. Looks like he has a headache, maybe a little bit off balance. Sammy's using the corner for a rest stop. Hippie Dicky Moon rushes in and meets an elbow. Sammy takes him down with an axe handle. Sammy appears definitely at this point to be the fresher of the two. Hippie Dicky Moon in the center of the ring. Looks like his tank perhaps is running out of gas. Sammy meets him with a high knee on the ropes.
You know, after a match like this, you wonder how they would do as a tag team.
And this again,
because they're almost equals, except the way they look.
This again is from Slick Wagner Brown's Test of Strength.
Test of Strength Wrestling.
Slick Wagner Brown, no stranger to the business. I've worked with him in the past with New England Championship Wrestling.
Mm-hmm. He's right.
And Hippie Dickie Moon gets the 3 count.
He gets the 3 count right there.
What did you think of that match, Hollywood?
Amazing. Wish I was there. I wish I wasn't so involved in something that I can't talk about on Sundays. Phenomenal. Your life, you bet. Perfect.
Yeah, that again was Sammy Diaz versus Hippie Dickie Moon.
Sammy Diaz versus Hippie Dickie Moon.
From Slick Wagner Brown's Test of Strength Wrestling.
From Slick Wagner Brown. Test of Strength Wrestling. We'll have to go there. We'll have to make it a point one of these days.
Indeed we will have to.
Or maybe you just take a ride with the professor.
Well, I don't know if the professor can handle Hoffmania by himself, but you know.
Yeah. Don't know. So this coming weekend.
Looks like another busy weekend.
This weekend, PvP Wrestling at Dean Tech in Holyoke. PAPW is back over at Willow. Let's talk for a minute about PvP. Dean Tech in Holyoke. We haven't been up to see our old friends in 3 or 4 months now.
Well, PvP has gone through some challenges.
Right.
I won't say problems because I don't believe there's problems in life. I believe there's challenges in life that we each must overcome or go through.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see this weekend how well they manage to overcome those
Right.
challenges.
Exactly. It'll be good to see them once again. Looks like I don't know the full card, but we could just definitely say there's a number 1 contenders match for the tag team championship. AJ Cruz and Wrecking Ball Legursky versus Mr. 52 Dexter Lou, in the American Sumo, Mike Gamble.
Well, I'm not a fan of the American Sumo. However, I am a fan of Wrecking Ball Legursky.
Mm-hmm.
Been around for quite a while. He's a large man with a even bigger following. I think Wrecking Ball and his partner will be victorious in that match.
I'm going to say so. It's hard to get past the Wrecking Ball. This is a gargantuan man. He's when we were back in North Haven, he graced us with his presence at that fine studio once before. But he's making an impact.
And as we can recall, Jay, he's been up to the WWE Performance Center in the past.
He has had a tryout with the Performance Center. There's a lot to be said about that.
And so he can take that knowledge and apply it with what he already has and be an even more complete, if possible, talent inside that ring.
Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be good to see that match coming up. Also from the group page for Pioneer Valley Professional Wrestling, they're talking about this that happened. The very first Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling title change took place at a Blitzkrieg Pro event when the Masterminds captured the PvP Tag Team Championship from the Aristocrats. We've been to so many of those.
Mm.
Right. And Blitzkriegs. And you never know what may happen when championships are defended interpromotionally. So on May 19th, the Blitzkrieg Pro, the PvP, and the Top Rope Promotions Tag Team Championships will all be on the line in one match.
Well, you never.
Easy when the closers meet the lockup.
Well, I doubt it'll be easy, my friend. But like you said, when you lay the gold on the ropes in an interpromotional match, you never know what's going to happen.
So all these tag belts, which are all held by the closers, will all be on the line. And I want to be the first to congratulate Sexy Jesus Hammertunis and Big Bacon Brad Hollister, as well as the Blitzkrieg Bedlam champion herself, Skylar, on their ROH debuts this past Wednesday evening.
Well, Skylar is doing very well for herself. Sexy Jesus has a unique character. How do you think that if he brought the character here to the East Haven area, it would fare?
The Sexy Jesus character?
The Sexy Jesus character.
Hard, it'd be very, very, very controversial. It's controversial enough as it is, where it is, but here, I'd be almost too afraid it would generate too much heat.
Mm.
I want the man to be able to get back to Massachusetts, intact.
Right.
I mean, not that he can't defend himself. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I'm not sure I'd take the risk.
And this being East Haven being a large, predominantly Catholic area,
right? It's it'd probably be worse than when Sergeant Slaughter turned heel during the Gulf War, or when Hulk Hogan joined the NWO. Yeah, I mean, I love Justin Tunis. Don't get me wrong. But maybe if he comes down here, just be Justin the Hammer Tunis.
Right.
That's my recommendation. It'd be just too much heat. I think there's such a thing. Yeah, right.
Well, there certainly is, and there's stories of the professional wrestlers being stabbed,
right,
being shot at,
right.
So there is too much heat to be generated sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And his partner Sizzline, well, I think he won't do. He would do well anywhere.
Absolutely. So they're coming up, Dean Tech. So what else do we have here? We also have the women's match coming up. We have international women's wrestler Caitlin Diamond of Canada making her Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling debut on May 19th as she squares off with one of the brightest female prospects in New England, Jocelyn.
Well, as you know, I'm not too big on Canadians, having grown up by the Canadian border.
That's an opinion. You're entitled to it.
And I can see the chaos and destruction they can cause.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, if the young lady can bring that level of chaos and destruction into the ring against Jocelyn, then she might have a chance against Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I see Jocelyn going over in this one.
It's tough to say. I don't know much about Caitlin Diamond. I hear decent things about her. But we will see. Time will tell. So you ready for some more action?
Well, now, just quickly before we go to that, today, many fans may not know it, but celebrating birthdays today is Hall of Famer Ron Simmons, who's 60 years old. And Kevin Von Erich of the Von Erich family turned 61 today. So time is passing, Hollywood.
Time is passing.
Damn.
Damn. Let's go to Battlefront. Give me 1 second. We'll pull it right up. Battlefront. Your life, you bet. Here we go. The Battlefront Tag Team Championship. And we're buffering. And there's the professor. Is it? I believe so. To our left, we have Southern Discomfort. To our right, the Pyramids of Power.
And wrestling fans, if you haven't been to a Battlefront promotion, a card, a show, we invite you to attend their shows. They're simply not to be missed. The first show back this winter drew over 500 people. The second show did as equally as well, and they announced a surprise second show of the second show, if that makes any sense, Jay.
Right. May 27th, they announced their next card for the very next evening. April 27th, they announced their next card to take place for the very next evening on April 28th. So this is from April 28th.
And they did, as the fans watching at home can see, they drew as, equally as well. The Powers of Pain are travel everywhere. They're a force to be reckoned with.
Power. We call them the Powers of Pain.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You need coffee. You need coffee.
The Pyramids of Power are a force to be reckoned with,
Mm-hmm.
as were the Powers of Pain back in their day.
You gotta watch that sneaky manager they have right there.
Well, that so-called sneaky manager, as you want to refer to him, is actually pretty intelligent. He does what he needs to do to ensure that his team walks out the victor at the end of the night. Let's join this match in progress and see how they're going to fare in this team against Southern Discomfort.
Southern Discomfort. As opposed to the adult beverage Southern Comfort.
Now that, of course, as you spotlighted earlier, in the ring is Professor Bill Thompson, who himself is becoming a sought-after commodity.
He is. So that makes 3 promotions for him: PAPW, Battlefront, and Test of Strength.
And there's our good friend and our member of our staff, Charles Catoli, who's a moderator for our page on Facebook, which the address...
The Squared Circle TV.
And also, if fans want to tune into YouTube and share the episodes with their friends, families, it's also the Squared Circle TV. And if you wanted to attend a event where the Pyramids of Power are, the easiest way to get under their skin, under the manager's skin, is to start shouting USA at him, Hollywood.
Absolutely. He hates being reminded of where he is.
But I'll bet you at the end of the day, he loves to collect that green money.
He does. That's the only reason why he's here.
The fans appear to be getting all over him, and he appears to be getting a little irritated at ringside. We have one of the Southern Discomfort members climbing the ropes. And the professor is looking after one of the other Pyramids of Power members who has a chin lock on the... Oh, down he takes him with that chin lock. Now, when you put a chin lock on, Hollywood, you have to be very careful that the chin lock doesn't become a choke. So this is perhaps what Professor Bill is looking for in that moment. Only a 2 count there by Professor.
Mm-hmm. Only 2.
Some argue that the Professor has a slow count for some of his favorites, and that the
I don't think so.
Powers
I think he calls every match right down the middle.
And that the Powers of Pyramid are not one of his favorites, so he tends to call it a little slower. Do you see it that way?
I don't see it that way at all. I think if anything, they give Bill a hard time.
And do you
Bill's one of us? You know, I sometimes I take offense to it. I don't want anybody messing with you. I don't want anybody messing with Bill. And sometimes, I feel like I've got to get in. But you know what? I end up knowing my place. I just stay behind the scenes, back of the camera.
Southern Discomfort coming off with a combination of moves here.
Mm-hmm.
Into the ropes, low kick, DDT.
That was a good DDT. And there's a good save. Fire. That's not ding ding.
No, that is not ding ding.
No. Ding ding is Ding Ding is on the other side.
The manager trying to fire up his team, as any good manager would.
Absolutely.
Southern Discomfort laying in the ring, and I believe Ding Ding is about to put a hurting on him.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pyramids of Power come away with another win.
They came away. Successfully defending their newly won BattleFront Tag Team Championships. It's the reign of terror known as the Pyramids of Power. Who's going to stop them?
Well, as we look around, we see some familiar faces.
The fear factor.
Working their way up to the ring.
You don't want to meet these guys in a dark alley. There he is. Necromancer himself.
And that's no Nightcrawler that he's carrying, Hollywood.
No. It is absolutely not. That's one giant night crawler, if it is. That's rather concerning. I don't think anybody wants that getting loose.
Well, I certainly don't. I'll admit it. Snakes and I, we don't get along together.
No. Snakes and I don't get along neither.
Especially when they're that big.
There was somebody in my family a couple generations back that had to sell their house because a snake got loose in it.
So it'll be very interesting when the Fear Factor meets the Battlefront Tag Team Champions.
Absolutely.
Is that our superstar hotline?
No. I don't know who that is. Is it that crazy girl? It's that crazy girl again. How'd she get in?
It's that crazy girl.
Is she outside right now?
Well, you never know. The security around here is a little lax, and the
know.
And the lines around the building are long.
You're right. I know. I mean, something's got to be done about this. My God. I thought I'd never hear from that woman again. What's going on, Dan? I thought I put you in charge of security.
Well, I thought we had taken the necessary steps to prevent that from happening, but I guess we're going to have to step up and tighten those
Everybody's got their stalkers, you know.
even further.
You know, David Letterman had somebody breaking into his house all the time, and I've got somebody from apparently the other side of the world. I don't know. Calling me, and oh my God, it's not easy being Hollywood Jay. You know?
Well, apparently that's how far our show reaches. We have fans in
the Philippines,
Guam, Australia.
You're right.
The United States.
Right.
This
all over.
This is the #1 wrestling show in East Haven and beyond.
And beyond. We're getting a global reach. We may even have people in China watching us. Possibly. There's one match I failed to mention coming up at the Dean Vocational Technical High School in Holyoke for PvP. This is something I'm looking forward to see, and that's Bobby Ocean taking on Logan Black.
And Bobby Ocean is a well-schooled veteran. He attends all the shows, whether or not he's on them, to do his homework and see what the competition has to offer. Mm-hmm. He's unbeatable. And Logan Black is another one that does not know the word reverse, give up, surrender.
No.
So this should truly be a clash of the Titans.
That's the King of Chaos, Logan Black. And Bobby Ocean I have immense respect for.
Bobby Ocean gives it to use this phrase over again, 110% inside that ring, but outside that ring, he's a perfect gentleman.
He is. He really is.
After all, if he can put up with Hollywood, he can,
If he could put up with me, he could put up with anybody. He could put up with you. He could put up with the professor. Yeah, we gotta get him as a call-in. We gotta do this.
Well, just to, speaking of a little bit more news here, Hollywood, it involves your one of your favorites, Gail Kim.
Yeah, I understand. There's some health complications there.
Right. Former WWE and Impact Wrestling star Gail Kim underwent an appendectomy surgery yesterday. She thought she had food poisoning. However, her husband, Robert Irvine, who's pretty big in his own circles, insisted she go to the doctor. Mm-hmm. Gail was diagnosed with appendicitis and scheduled for immediate surgery the next day, which would be today.
That's very serious, and definitely we're extending our get well wishes to Gail Kim at this time. Somebody I had the privilege of meeting.
Well, I believe you not only met her, but didn't you stalk her?
It's a funny story. It's not, not stalking.
It's never stalking when it's Hollywood. Never.
It's a funny story. I mean, I happened to be leaving the big event one day, going out to my vehicle to come back to Connecticut, and in the parking garage, who happens to be standing there with her handler, as in person that brought her in as a guest for the big event, but Gail Kim. Two cars away from mine. True story.
Right, and for all those who are unfamiliar with what we're saying when we're saying the big event is actually a colossal event that we take part in 2 times a year, and we're proud to take part in.
Right.
Mr. Brian Barth invites us down, and you can meet the legends of the ring.
You can.
Bret Hart has been there. Shawn Michaels has been there. Nikolai Volkov has been there.
Right. Terry Taylor. List goes on and on. Ron Simmons, Lex Luger, all the legends. Psycho Sid.
And we've been very lucky to sit literally in arm's reach away from the legends of the ring.
Right.
Who we grew up watching and idolizing.
I never thought, the night I spent the night there, I never thought I'd be in the same bar drinking in the same bar with the Four Horsemen. But I was.
Now here's something interesting. Speaking of the Four Horsemen,
right?
Tully Blanchard, who was a huge part of the Four Horsemen, has a daughter, Tessa Blanchard, who is, I believe you interviewed her?
I did. At the first time we went to the big event to do interviews, this is before we podcasted there, we went there to do film and do interviews, myself and I'll say his name, John Zimmerman, our former co-host here. And one of the people that I happened to interview that day was Tessa Blanchard, in addition to Vince Russo.
And we were turning on the TV the other night,
right,
and watching Impact,
right.
And who made her debut? None other than Tessa Blanchard.
It's amazing. Tessa Blanchard has also been in the Mae Young Classic for the WWE.
So this is why we truly support independent wrestling. It's not for us.
No.
We don't make a dime. We don't make a nickel. We don't make a penny.
No.
We do get some stale soda once in a while.
Right.
But it's for you, the fans. And it's for the wrestlers who are trying to make their way up.
Right.
To the what they would call the major leagues. Whether it be Impact, whether it be Ring of Honor, whether it be the WWE. This is why Jay and I travel to Rhode Island. Why we travel to Massachusetts.
Why we travel this great state of Connecticut.
And why we choose to do so in blizzards and near hurricane weather.
Right.
We've done it, and we believe we brought you the best we can do.
3 hours of sleep. Car not working. This is all breaking kayfabe, I remember one time you had to keep getting out of the car, my old car, to keep putting water in it to make sure it would not overheat. Because I decided to go the cheap route and have a buddy of mine work on the car. I probably should have just brought it to the dealer, and I didn't do that. But
Well,
these
things happen.
Right.
And for the fans of Lucha Libre star Chicky Star, who is 60 years old, is in the intensive care unit in the Manati. So we do wish that Chicky Star gets well, recovers,
Absolutely.
and continues to be the driving force in Lucha Libre wrestling that he has been for so many years.
Right. Absolutely. You know, get wishes to Chicky Star, to Gail Kim. Here we go with Middletown Throwdown to wrap things up. Let's go. Although we may have to break away from this for some breaking news. We can't guarantee it, but we're definitely going to start this up. This is Ty Shine.
Ty Shine, and it looks like his opponent is Fox Vineyard.
Firework Fox Vineyard.
Now, how exactly do you go to a barber and ask for that haircut?
I don't know.
Do they only charge you half price, or
He doesn't. He definitely doesn't go to our friend in North Branford. That's for sure.
no?
Because if she gave somebody a haircut like that, it would be the last haircut she ever gave anybody.
Right.
Now look at the athletic ability of Ty Shine. There's another potential calling guest or potential in studio guest.
Well, Ty Shine, another one that travels the roads, and you see him all. You see him all over the place.
Right. Great worker. Great future ahead of him. Then we have Fox Vineyard.
Well, that's not to say that Fox Vineyard doesn't have a great future ahead of him.
No, of course not. Just his haircut's strange, that's all.
Well, his haircut's strange to you, but maybe your haircut is strange to him.
Perhaps. I guess. Maybe.
High knee into Ty Shine. Running clothesline. Looks like Fox Vineyard got caught up in the ropes there for a second. He climbs the top of the ropes. Body press onto Ty Shine. Looks like he's going for the 3 count. Ty Shine kicks out. And is that El Refe?
El Refe. That is El Refe.
El Refe is another up-and-coming referee. Ty Shine going for a kick to an abdomen. Fox Vineyard catches it. Ty Shine unloading with 3 or 4 closed fists. I'm surprised El Refe didn't catch those.
Well, there's Bill Thompson and there's El Refe. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I'm a Bill Thompson guy. Refe's cool, though.
Fox Vineyard in the middle of the ring. Only a 2 count on that one.
Only 2.
chop to the chest.
Chop to the chest. Not a Ric Flair chop, but nonetheless a chop to the chest.
Well, it's very few men that can match
No.
Ric Flair or Ricky the Dragon Steamboat when it comes to hard chops.
Right. There never will be another Ricky Steamboat. There never will be another Ric Flair. And hopefully there'll never be another person with a haircut like Fox Vineyard.
Now, you keep breaking Fox Vineyard stones. Is that a nice thing to do?
Hey now.
You know, next time I see Fox Vineyard, I'm going to tell him.
Okay.
I'm going to tell him.
He's got great ability.
I'm going to tell him what you said about his mother.
I didn't say anything about his mother. I said something about his haircut.
No. I heard it, and everybody out there heard it.
We'll go back and look at the tape later.
Fox Vineyard, big leg up into the throat of Tai Shine. Breaks on the referee's 4. Repeats the leg up into the throat. Breaks on the 3 count. Tai Shine looks a little winded over there in the corner, and Fox Vineyard comes in with one of those. Oh, catches Tai Shine with the knee. Tai Shine likes to proclaim himself as having the best
Eyebrow.
the best brows in the
The
business.
best eyebrows in the business.
What are your thoughts on that one?
Maybe. I don't look at guys' eyebrows. To be honest with you. Not my job to look at eyebrows.
Our referee checking things out. Maybe he's taking a look at Tai Shine's eyebrows.
Perhaps. I bet that's his business. You know? And
Indeed,
that's okay.
Indeed it is. Fox Vineyard. In this match took place in Middletown.
Right. Middletown Throwdown.
Which is the second year
In a row.
in a row for this company having this card.
The Woodrow Wilson Middle School. At least this year we found it to the right middle. We got to the right place.
Which is a miracle for Hollywood. Because
Right.
when he tells the limo driver where to go, sometimes it doesn't work out.
But this Saturday, they return to Joseph Middle School for Veteran Force.
Well, let's hope the crowd is a lot bigger.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it will be. I'm sure we'll find out. We will be up at
Because
Dean Tech and
I'm
Holyoke.
going to go out and I'm going to say the truth whether you like it or not, Hollywood. Because I pride myself on telling the truth. The chairs and the bleachers were only half full for this event in Middletown.
Unfortunately.
Now, we know this company to be quite good, quite reputable. And it's a shame that more fans did not turn out for this event.
Mm-hmm. It's a solid product. You know, you're gonna get shows like that. No matter which company it is, you're gonna get large crowds sometimes. You're going to get small crowds sometimes. It's just,
Now
sometimes
now
things
they're
like
coming
that
from Middletown. Their home base is here in East Haven, and they're going to be at the Joseph Malillo Middle School this Saturday.
I'd like to see them come to my hometown of North Haven, though, eventually.
The name of the card
Again.
is
Veteran Force.
Veteran Force. Tickets are available and will be available at the door.
Correct.
And we wish them much success this Saturday with their product.
Yes, we do. We will be there in spirit. Mr. Mancini, Mr. Roma. Veteran Force. Talk about that for a brief moment before we wrap things up. They join forces with a joint task force as we present Veteran Force at Joseph Malillo Middle School. This is from Paradise Alley's Facebook page. Bell time 7 p.m. Portion of the proceeds go towards Joint Task Force 22-0. There will be a cover. No, there will be an over-the-top rope battle royal who will participate in the colossal affair. Join us this Saturday evening for a great cause. Tickets are available at the door and reserve them at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling.
Wait a minute, the over-the-top battle royal is going to participate? That ought to be interesting, my friend.
There will be a over-the-top rope battle royal. Excuse me, I'm totally wording that wrong. My bad. There will be a over-the-top rope battle royal. It's a question. They don't have a question mark on it. Guys, can you at least put a question mark on it? Who will participate in this colossal affair? I gotta go home and get some sleep.
Well, I tell you, I truly hope that that our friend from with the butter churn turns up, and Zachariah Gibbs walks in that ring and walks out the winner.
He may win that battle royal. He just might. We'll have to stay tuned. And stay tuned. Next week, we'll have more information on another event coming up.
September 1st, a huge event.
I'm talking about May 26th.
This is even bigger than that, bro.
September 1?
This is September 1st. That's a huge, huge show.
We'll talk about that, too. Your Life You Bet. I'm Hollywood J. Williams. And he's Dan.
There you go. God bless.
Good night. Good luck. See you next week.